Welcome back, squad, to another video on cryptocurrencies, and this video is far away from April Fools. We are back on track, and I'm here to toss some facts at you. All right, now, so many people in the crypto space after last week's video have talked to me and have been saying, how do I make more money with my crypto? Well, the answer is there's multiple options out there, and I've gone ahead, I've done all the research, I've studied them all for you, and we're going to dive into them today, find out which one is the most realistic, which one is the most secure, and which one is going to offer you the most returns, and also which ones are the highest risk. All right, guys, let's get into it. Now, of course, the safest thing that you can do is take your Bitcoin, your crypto, and just hold it in your wallet and hodl. Wait for the price to go up and then sell and buy back. Absolutely. But the problem is that just by holding it on the day-to-day, you may hold it for a year, 6 months, and the problem is there's not a major amount of incentive in the meantime that you're holding it there. Right? So what other options do we have? Well, we have lending, and Connect Economy wrote 2 articles on this, which were actually pretty decent and very good articles to get into if you've never gotten into this area of crypto before. So what she talks about is essentially taking your crypto, putting it up onto a lending platform, and she takes you through step by step on how to do that on Poloniex. So here we are. Here is the lending platform here on Poloniex, and essentially what you can do is you can take your Bitcoin, deposit it into the exchange, and then you can offer loans out to other individuals. Now, what happens is in order to take out a loan, you have to have a certain amount of collateral in the exchange so that if the borrower defaults on the loan, you still get paid out and you still get your interest. So here are the rates. As you can see, we have an annual rate on one of the loan offers for 2.92% yearly. All right. And then every now and again, we see this awesome loan demand, and this is 730% annual rate for a duration of 2 days. But if you look at the amount of Bitcoin that they want, it's incredibly minimal. And as you can see, there isn't a lot of loan demand on the Poloniex platform. Now, is it secure? Absolutely. It actually does really well out there. But is there a lot of demand? Will you be able to generate a large amount of profit from this? Probably not, because there just isn't much demand going on here, and for this loan, the annual rate is 0.36%. You can do better at a bank at that rate, right? So now the question is what is the inflation rate in Canada or the States, somewhere similar, right? Because that's going to determine what kind of loan we would like to establish so that we can earn more money by lending our crypto. So if we look at the inflation rates here, for 2019, it's about 2.2% for the yearly inflation rate. So 2.23, 2.1 is what they're projecting for 2020, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll call it 2%. So basically, if we are going to establish a loan, we want more than 2% to make some sort of profit, right? So there's not really much room, but it is a secure way to make money on Poloniex. You can lend it out. Now, the beauty of this is that this concept is available in a bunch of other platforms with much more demand. Now, let's take a look at BlockFi. This is a very similar platform to Poloniex' lending opportunity, wherein you can deposit a certain amount of crypto and earn up to 6.2% annual yield. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. That is way higher than any bank will offer on what you're going to put in. Say it's 2,000, 5,000, 6,000. They're going to offer maybe 2% if you're lucky. And that is below the rate of inflation, which is 2.2%. or so. So if you're getting 6.2% on your crypto, then you are effectively doing really well in regards to return. So now, when this platform actually launched, they did incredibly well. As you can see here, they made January, that saw them attract over 10 million in deposits from retail, corporate, and institutional crypto investors. So $10 million right when they launched in January. Okay, and it's April now, and they are moving. And all the details are here. They're backed by Forbes, CoinDesk, Gemini. So they have a rep. They are secure. They haven't been hacked. Everything's up to date, and it's legal. It complies with standards. So this is a very solid option for investing your crypto into this platform. Let it sit and get the returns. You might as well, instead of just having it sit in your private wallet and it's not making any money and you're just going to hodl it. But if you are really hard pro security, then that is what you're going to prefer. And at the end of the day, you want to go with what you are most comfortable with. Right? So now we're going to talk about the last platform, and this is the one that I use the most. I've demonstrated it in other videos, and it has brought me the greatest return on my investments. Now, that platform is BitMEX. So I have used BitMEX quite a lot, and it basically comes down to learning trending analysis, charting analysis, and determining when to buy Bitcoin, when to sell Bitcoin. So you can either short or long Bitcoin. And if the price goes up when you're going long, then you will make higher dividends. But if you short Bitcoin and the price goes down, then you make higher dividends as well, right? So you have to be very careful. Now, if things happen inversely, then you can lose Bitcoin, right? So it is much higher risk than other platforms, but if you study the charts extremely well, you have a much higher chance of gaining a reward. And if you put your stop losses in place at the exact right points of support or minimal support, you can do really well as well in that regard. So this is something that I may do more videos on in the future. I know I've done live streams on BitMEX with very high portions of leverage, and I was able to donate some money to charity because of the earnings that I got off of BitMEX. So in the future, I will do some videos and explain all of these concepts because it is an incredibly complex system if you are just getting into this area of crypto. Okay, guys, so I hope that helps out. There are some options out there to make more money in crypto. Okay, you're not just limited to holding your money or just buying and just selling. You can put it into other platforms and hold it and do really well. You can do leverage trading, and I believe actually one of the main platforms that just came out, which utilizes smart contracts, is called Dharma, and that platform was very, very recently released, but it shows to be incredibly secure because it utilizes smart contracts for your loaning. So that is a completely different system that we haven't really seen yet, and I think that is going to prove to be very successful. And the beauty of it is that the whole system relies on the blockchain, and I'd prefer to rely on the blockchain and the smart contract layer rather than any other individual that's going to be holding funds, as we've seen in all the major exchange hacks that have happened as of late. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do not forget to like or subscribe if you enjoyed this content or if you found it helpful. And again, if you do want to see more BitMEX videos and want me to explain the mechanics, I definitely will. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, stay regular.